Hi, Sam. I'm so grateful to be able to have a conversation today with you about the post-election and its effect on children. So grateful to hear your voice and hear your thoughts. Now that all the election results are in, how do you think it'll affect the children?
So good morning, Shimica. Thank you for having me on, and thank you for the work and the support that you've always done around children. Really appreciate it, and it's inspiring. So for me, when I think about the elections, because I work primarily with people that are formerly incarcerated and currently incarcerated, and that includes youth, children, I think first about the district attorney's uh, election and the fact that this district attorney that will be coming in, Mr. Gaskins, has pledged not to prosecute children. And so I immediately think about two youths, one in particular that I've been mentoring now for almost 5 years. He was 16 when he committed his offense, and he lost his fitness hearing, and now he's in the LA County Jail as an adult, being tried as an adult. And I'm hopeful that one, he won't have to go through that experience of going into the state system. I recall being or testifying at his fitness hearing and being on a witness stand for 2 hours because the DA wanted me to say that this kid was not redeemable. And he's a good kid. Like I said, I've been mentoring him now for 5 years, and I've watched him, I've observed him, I've been around him, and he made a horrible choice when he was 16. And so I think about the impact it'll have on other children that are in our carceral system that have been prosecuted or that could be prosecuted. So the district attorney's race is one that I really think about. The other thing that I think about is not passing Proposition 25. And the reason why is because I approach Prop 25 not as how would it affect me if I were arrested, but how will it affect young people that will be arrested and taken into the county jail. And so it worries me, for instance, David, one of the young man that I'm talking about, because he can't bail out, his family doesn't have the money. And with the type of support he has, I think he'd be eligible for release, probably under some type of ankle monitor or something like that. But because we didn't pass it, these are instances where young people will be impacted. And it just kind of felt like to me that many people approached Prop 25 and how it would affect them or someone that they knew in the past, but not thinking about how it affects our young people as we move forward. So that's the second part that I thought about. And then was really excited, or I am really excited of a bill that we sponsored that was passed during this election cycle, which was Senate Bill 203, which gave all juveniles Miranda right protections. And if you saw the movie as I did, the miniseries, When They See Us, yes. California will never have an event where children are interrogated and forced to admit to things that they didn't do because it's in the Bill 203. So I think about those three things immediately when you ask me that question.
So Sam, our two organizations have worked together for many years now, and we're so grateful for the work and the young people that have been able to be a part of the justice reform movement here in California. But why don't you take a few minutes and tell folks a little bit more about Anti-Recidivism Coalition and some of the most important things that you think are aspects of your work going forward this coming year?
So so our mission is ultimately to end mass incarceration in the state of California. And we found that we have a powerful voice when we do that through the voices of formerly incarcerated and currently incarcerated people. And so that's our mission, but we do a lot more than just policy. We also provide resources when people come home. We have housing for young people that were incarcerated in the juvenile system. We have housing for adults that have done long terms inside the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. We also provide services such as careers into building trades and other sectors within LA County and throughout the state of California. And we created the first ever firefighters camp where people that are incarcerated have an opportunity to come home and become wildland firefighters. So I'll pivot from there and say, moving forward this year, we will be expanding that effort in firefighting, where we'll not just include the California wildland firefighters, but other departments in the state and county. We're working on that right now, so that's kind of a heads up.
That's exciting.
We've also began to work nationally now in policy. And so a couple of the things that we've joined on to is one, Congressional House Resolution 100, which is to establish a healing commission for racial equity in the United States. This is was brought up or sponsored by Congresswoman Barbara Lee. And so we're one of the supporters, and this one of our first steps as a organization that's going to be doing national policy work. Yeah. And so that, and now we're also going to work on increasing or spreading the work that we've done in the area of juvenile policy. For instance, Senate Bill 1391, which stopped the prosecution of children under the age of 15 as adults. We'd like to actually go state to state or make that a national policy, or Senate Bill 203 that I previously mentioned, and make sure that all juveniles have Miranda rights across this country. Yeah. And so expanding that policy work are a couple of things that we'll be doing nationally. And we continue to expand our efforts in the juvenile system here in California. We're now running rehabilitative and mentoring programs in all the Department of Juvenile Justice facilities, and we're involved with imagining what will our system look like when they close those facilities, and how will it transition into areas where county would take over those areas of providing resources, rehabilitation, and healing for our youth.
Amazing work, and we are so grateful to be a part of the work with you and the work of ARC and all the young people that have been able to really move these systems and make change, and just looking forward to continuing to work together. So thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, and thank you for this amazing partnership. We greatly appreciate you. And I just see our county, our state, and our country in a better place in the next year or so.
Me too. Thanks, Sam.
All right, thank you.